scared this morning, and we don't have any of the kids here. So I told Brother Gary that sometimes he picks hard topics for sermons. And sometimes when I look at his topics, I just hear what I'm supposed to talk about for the kids. And I hope that doing this, you get a blessing as well. So I brought this with me this morning. Can you tell what it is? What is it? It is a flashlight. Now, what's the purpose of a flashlight?
To light up the darkness.
To shine a light in the darkness, right? So we all know how this works. If I push this button, I should get a light. Okay? So I want you to look. Did I get any light? Well, what's wrong? Huh? I did. I turned it on. I'm not fooling around with you, I promise. I'm not Bryson. Bryson would do it. Why don't I have any light?
Doesn't have a power source. No batteries.
Doesn't have batteries? It's got
Batteries in it?
It's got batteries in it.
They're dead.
They might be dead.
They could be in there wrong too.
They could be in there wrong. Or the bulb's not working. Look at that. Look at all those ways that we could fail to have light. But I'm going to tell you something. It's the simplest thing. Just to prove to you, Connie, that it's on. The batteries were in. They were right. It was connected. It just wasn't connected very well. Right? Now you're going to look at me and you're going to ask me, what does that have to do with worship? I want you to think about it, and I want you to take a look. Well, I'm sorry you can't see that picture. It didn't turn out the way it was. But it's a picture of people in this church. And it's a picture on a day when the church was pretty full. It was actually an Easter Sunday picture. And the reason I put this picture up is because I want you to stop and think about how we're like this flashlight. When this was loose, right? No light. We weren't connected very well. But all it takes is one simple twist. And look how bright that light is. If this church was dark, it would light up the whole church. And when we come together as Christians, when we come together in worship, we get reconnected. We get recharged. Above all else, we get renewed. Right? I want you to think about, Marcia mentioned the batteries might be dead. I want you to think about how you felt at the end of this week. A lot of us looked at the end of this week and said, man, I'm just tired. I'm not happy. And it would have been really easy for each and every one of us not to have gotten up and come to church this morning, to have found an excuse not to do that. But you know what? When we come back to church, when we come together, we're just like this light. We get to laugh. We get to talk to our friends. We get to worship. And we get to remember just how good God is all the time. And just how many blessings He chooses to share with us. Now, I was going to show this to the kids because one little light lights up the darkness in a spot. But when you think about each and every one of us being a light in the darkness, think about how much we could light up. You know, the kids are struggling in this time. They're struggling because they don't get to see their friends the way they used to. They don't get to visit and do things the way they used to. Everybody has to wear a mask. It's a challenge for them, and it's a challenge for us. But you know what? When we look at it and we say, this is just a minor thing, no matter what happens, God's in control, and He's going to bless us. We can light up the night with all of those great lights. And here's the thing that we don't often think about. Think about the people who cross your path. They need a light today more than ever. They need to know that someone out there cares about them. So take a minute and see the people who cross your path and see where you can shine a light in their life. Thank you.